Hey guys, in the past week we have been working on addition and subtraction problems where we have to regroup. Today we're going to work on some word problems where we have to decide what operation and how to solve the problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our word problem solving steps. Okay, we're going to follow each of these steps each time we do a word problem. Step 1 is read the entire problem first. Step 2 is rewrite the question as a statement. So we're going to identify what is the question, what are they asking us to do, and then rewrite it as a statement so we're ready to answer the question. Then you're going to ask who or what is the problem about. Step 4 is draw a model. And finally, we're going to solve our equation. Okay. I want you to pause the video, and I want you to get out this paper from your math pocket and turn to the we do side. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pause and we'll give you time to get that out. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to look at our first word problem. I'm going to get this nice and zeroed in. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, we're going to read the problem. Okay, so first I'm going to read the entire problem all the way through. It says Ian has 745 blocks. Ian gives some blocks to Jan. Now Jan has 44 blocks. How many blocks did Ian give to Jan? So first I want to rewrite the question as a statement. So I'm going to find my question. The problem is asking how many blocks did Ian give to Jan? Okay, so now I want to rewrite that as a statement. Okay, so the statement would be Ian gave blank blocks to Jan. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. Okay, I want you to pause and I want you to write that same statement at the bottom of yours. Go ahead and pause and write that statement. My next step to the problem-solving process is ask who or what the problem is about. This problem is about blocks. Okay? The next step is to draw a model. I already drew this bar model for us. We're just going to put in the numbers. So I'm going to look at my problem. It says Ian has 745 blocks. Ian gives some blocks to Jan. We're not sure how many. Now Ian has 144 blocks. This is a part whole word problem. We know the whole, 745 blocks, and we know one part, and we just need to figure out the other part. So my whole is 745. Go ahead and write that in your box also. Now I know that Ian has 144 blocks. That's one of my parts. I don't know the other part, which is how many he gave to Jan. Okay. When we don't know one of the parts, it is a subtraction problem. So we're going to start off with our whole, take away what we know, and we're going to be left with what we don't know. So the last one is solve an equation. So I'm going to write this out. 745 minus 144. Go ahead and write this equation on your paper. Pause if you need to. Now we're going to solve. I'd like you to solve this along with me. We have 5 minus 4 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. 7 minus 1 is 6. So I know my missing part is 601. So Ian gave Jan 601 blocks to Jan. Okay, let's do the second problem. Again, I'm going to use the word problem steps. First, I'm going to read the entire problem. Rob has 821 ornaments. Rob gives some ornaments to Sam. Now Rob has 111 ornaments. How many ornaments did Rob give to Sam? The first thing I want to do is I want to identify the question and rewrite it as a statement. So I'm going to underline my question. How many ornaments did Rob give to Sam? I'm going to write that as a statement. So I'm going to say Rob gave blank ornaments to Sam. I want you to write this on your paper as well. So I'm going to say Rob gave blank ornaments to Sam. Let's capitalize Sam. Okay. Pause the video and write this on your paper. My next question is who or what is this problem about? The problem is about ornaments. Okay. Now let's draw a model. The model's already drawn for you. Okay. Now let's fill in our missing pieces. This is another part-whole problem. We know that Rob has 821 ornaments, so we know our whole. Okay. We know that one part is Rob has 111 ornaments after he gave some to Sam. So we want to know how many did he give to Sam so that altogether it will equal 821. So that because I have a missing part, this is a subtraction problem. I know my whole, I'm going to take away one part and I will be left with the other part. Okay. Make sure you fill in these numbers along with me. Now I'm going to write my subtraction problem down here. 821 minus 111. Okay. Go ahead and write that problem. Pause if you need to. And now I'm going to subtract. I have 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. So my missing piece is 701. Now I'm going to fill in my statement. Rob gave blank ornaments to Sam. Rob gave 710 ornaments to Sam. Okay. Let's move down and do the next problem. It says Amy has 670 paper clips. Amy gives 496 paper clips to Ben. How many paper clips does Amy have left? My next step is to rewrite the question as a statement. So I'm going to underline the question. It says, how many paper clips does Amy have left? So I'm going to rewrite that as Amy has blank paper clips left. So I'm going to write that here. I want you to pause the video and I want you to write that statement. Now, I need to ask who or what is the problem about? The problem is about paper clips. Okay. Draw a model that we've already drawn for you. Now I need to decide, this is a part whole again. Okay. It says that Amy has 670 paper clips. We know the whole. She gives 496 paper clips to Ben, so I know one part. Now I want to know how many does she have left. So fill in these numbers in your bar model. 670, my whole, and then 496 is one part, and I don't know the other part. Go ahead and pause the video and fill these numbers in. Now I'm going to write the problem down here. 670, take away the part I know, and I'm going to be left with the part I don't know. Go ahead and pause and write this subtraction problem on your paper. Now let's solve this together. 0 minus 6, we learned in subtraction that we can borrow from next door. So I'm going to borrow a 10, that gives me 6 tens, and I'm going to rewrite it as 10 ones so I can subtract. So now I can do 10 minus 6 is 4. 6 minus 9 I can't do, so I have to borrow from next door again. So if I borrow 100, I regroup that as 10 tens. I already have 6 here, so that gives me 16 tens now, because the 10 tens I regrouped plus my 6 tens that are already there. Now I can do 16 minus 9 is 7, and 5 minus 4 is 1. Now I know that Amy gave 174 paper clips, or she has 174 paper clips left. That is my unknown. So I want you to fill in 174 in our statement. Okay. Let's do our next problem. Okay. Again, the first step is to read the entire problem. It says Ned has 875 tools. Ned gives 571 tools to Owen. How many tools does Ned have left? Our next step is to rewrite this question as a statement. How many tools does Ned have left? So I'm going to write, Ned has blank tools left. Go ahead and pause the video and copy this statement down. Okay, my next step is ask who or what the problem is about. The problem is about tools. Now the model's already drawn for us, and I'm going to fill in my numbers. Again, I know my whole, which is 875. I know part of my whole, that Ned gives 571 to Owen, but I don't know what he has left. Okay. So go ahead and fill in those numbers in your bar model. And then let's write the subtraction problem. I have my whole. I'm going to take away one of my parts, and I will be left with the remaining part that I don't know. Go ahead and write that problem down. Pause if you need to. Okay, let's solve this together. I want you to write along with me. So I'm going to do 5 minus 1 is 4, 7 minus 7 is 0, and 8 minus 5 is 3. So my unknown part is 304. I'm going to fill that into my statement. So Ned has 304 tools left. Okay. Your job today is to do the you do side. So I'm going to flip this page over. It's on the other side. It says you do at the top. You're going to solve each of these word problems, filling in the bar model, writing your statement, and solving the problem in the space right below the bar model. Okay. Before you get started, I would like you to go back to your assignments in Schoology, and I want you to open this, use this picture so you can follow the steps for each problem. Okay. Remember, go into Schoology and look at the picture in your assignment. It will have to be this exact picture, and I want you to follow these steps with each question.